Welcome back to another episode of the Tracy Take. I am Tyler, and we're going to be talking about the QB battle that is going on here with the New England Patriots with fellow Patriots fan Ryan. But before we get into that, make sure that you subscribe to our channel so you can get notified, like this video, and also, put in a comment to help us with the algorithm. We'd appreciate it. But get into it, Ryan. We've talked about Mac Jones now a lot over the summer. I think he has a lot of potential, and it's definitely going to be the future quarterback of the Patriots franchise. But I really kind of want to kick it over to you as the big Patriots fan and get your overall thought on the QB battle that's going on now. Because from an outsider's perspective, I thought both Cam Newton and Mac Jones had very good Week 2 season games. It is against a weak Eagles defense for both of them, but I thought they both performed very well.
Yeah, no. So Mac and Cam literally are the opposites of each other in every way, including the name. And for me, one of the things that Cam, what did you just get what I said?
I just got it. Never realized
that. So Cam, he went 8 for 9 for 103 yards and a touchdown. The touchdown was a really nice throw to Jacoby Myers, but it was an even better run. Kind of got to the sideline and it just weaseled his way into the end zone. But Cam looked decisive in the pocket. He didn't ever really get any pressure on him. And I think he just had a good performance. His throwing mechanics and he still just looks like he's going to throw the ball so far and then he just dumps it off. I don't know what it is about the way he throws it. It's just kind of awkward. And I think part of his throwing mechanics were why he struggled a lot last year and he just threw a lot of balls into the ground. And Mac Jones, to me, is the complete opposite. Mac Jones has a very fluid throwing motion. He's very decisive, very accurate. And I've just been really impressed with the rookie so far. I'm not entirely sure if he should start yet because I feel like once when you go to Mac, you can't. Once you go to Mac, you can't go back. So, but no, for real. If you start Mac Jones, it's impossible to go back to Cam Newton. There's just no way you would destroy Mac Jones's confidence. And so it's still it's really close. It's neck and neck. But
yeah, I agree with you as well. I won't say what you just said, but yeah, once Mac Jones starts and gets a starting job, I think the only thing that's going to take it away from him is injury. Because I feel like once you get to that point, he's going to have his ups and downs, but just let him kind of ride it through because he has the talent, he has the wits, and it seems like he can run that offense very well. And I look at Cam Newton's numbers, and I feel like Mac Jones would have had the same performance, if not better. But it does make me wonder, though, because I agree with you. I would still start with Cam Newton to start the season, as he does have the veteran experience. I think that's the big X factor right now. Is just the veteran experience. He's been in the offense for a year, and so give Mac Jones just that time to just perfect the system and understand where everyone's supposed to be. But when you see it, what does Cam Newton add? That Mac Jones will not be able to add to the offense.
Definitely his athleticism. So Mac Jones looks like an Olympian compared to Tom Brady. We saw him get a little bit of some running action. He was actually able to evade some pressure and get outside the pocket for about 6 yards. But Cam Newton is a whole nother level. Cam Newton, actually, you can run RPOs, read options with Cam Newton. And I think right now they're neck and neck on passing and playmaking ability through the air. Mac Jones may just be slightly ahead of him, but I think Cam Newton's knowledge of the offense, like you said, after being there for a year is just probably going to propel him to perform a little better just because he knows he has that extra time to prepare and know where people are going to be. But I think once when Mac Jones, we kind of already saw it. Once when Mac Jones gets the offense down and can run the hurry up offense, which they did starting in the third quarter against the Eagles, and Mac Jones was actually calling his own plays and doing the hurry up, directing James White of all people, I think it was, to get in position. And so for me, Mac Jones has been nothing short of extremely impressive so far. I just don't know if, especially coming out in 2 division games, if it's going to be smart to play Mac Jones right away.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting on how Belichick looks at that. And I will say, did Mac Jones get any first team reps against the first team defense?
I know he had some spotty performances in the what do they call it? Dual practices.
The dual practices, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He had some first team reps there. I don't think he got any in the game, but when he was playing with the second team offense.
Uh-huh.
So while the level of play may not have been quite as high, I do think when Mac Jones does take that step up to playing in with the first teamers, I think he will actually benefit from playing with guys that are going to play physically faster because he's there mentally. I
Yeah.
just don't know if he's quite there yet physically. Like,
Yeah.
I think he understands the playbook. It's just going out and executing it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, and that's what's interesting too, and comparing Mac Jones to Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, who are getting the first team reps, but then also compared to Justin Fields and Trey Lance, who are getting second
mhm.
and some third team reps. That where Mac Jones is in the middle. It seems like he's right on the cusp
Yeah,
of joining that Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence kind of group of quarterbacks that are going to be starting getting the first team reps and really seeing what he has. Uh,
yeah,
but then he's still in that point though when he makes a good play, it's like, is this the second team defense that he's playing against, or is that actually a really good play? Like, so for example, we were talking about it before the show, the drop pass to N'Keal Harry, like
yeah.
that was a great pass that should have been caught and should have been a touchdown. Like, we don't think that he should have even
Left his
uh,
feet. I don't
yeah,
know.
left his feet, but he just missed it. And it's a play like that where against any defense that, man, that's going to be such a great play to see, and
Yeah.
see that he's able to perform off that throw with that
Mhm.
accuracy. And but now if it would have been a crossover in the middle against a second or third team defense, and it was a breakdown in coverage, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, it's a good throw, but is that really a good indicator on how accurate of a quarterback that he is? Because he should
Mhm.
be able to make that throw to the wide open receiver in a
Yeah.
second.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I totally agree with that. That's the second week in a row that Mac, in my opinion, has had a drop touchdown pass.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think he does bring an accuracy to the passing game that Cam Newton doesn't. But I would really like to see Mac just take it slow. I've compared drafting a quarterback to buying a stock, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you buy a stock, and let's say you're drafting a rookie quarterback, so we'll call it an IPO. It's the first time you can get a quarterback. So you buy you buy the IPO in the rookie quarterback, and let's say you buy Tesla's
Mm-hmm.
IPO, right? Obviously, that took off almost immediately, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's great. But if you buy an IPO and then it takes a year or two for it to really be worth something, and then you sell it off and you get the value, like that. Well, I guess not sell it off, but get the equity from it. Then
Mm-hmm.
that to me is the same thing. Like if he comes in now and starts and is great, then great. That's great. But if we have to
Yeah.
wait a year for him to really be that great, then look, we have to wait a year. And
Yeah.
so that's kind of my opinion on it.
Yeah,
And just
well,
kind of
absolutely, and that's why these teams took Mac Jones or took these quarterbacks in the first round. Is like,
yeah.
yeah, we don't want to have to think about this position for the next 15 years. Well, so whether
Yeah.
now it's this year or next year, so it's a good analogy. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be. I'm very curious to see what happens in week 3. I feel like they're both going to see some significant playing time,
Mhm.
just to help get more game film and also really kind of help with the decision on who's going to be starting.
Yeah, no. I definitely agree. I am excited for the week 3 matchup. Uh But we got a whole nother week of training camp practices coming up, and so we'll just have to continue to see. And Patriots fans, we'll just have to wait and see who starts week 1 because we know Bill's not going to give us any information between now and then. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that's going to do it for this episode of the Tracy Take. If you have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you like what we said in the comments below, let us know. And if you don't, let us know why. So, all righty, thank you.